Okay, this one I do use quite a bit. We are going to hit the big wrench, edit, go grab a little divider, put it down, grab a header, also put it there, and we're going to call this one area charts. Why not? Save. I'm going to grab any of the charts I did beforehand, save as, call this one area. Okay, so let's talk about what an area chart is. It is very similar to a stat bar, but we can do, but it looks a little bit nicer depending on what you're trying to show. I'm going to show you pros and cons with it. We're going to go to chart types and we're going to hit area and we're going to do stacked area. Okay, so similar to everything else we've been seeing, now we can see show me by date and by portfolio company the different amounts of revenue coming up for an area. Now, why would we do an area chart? Well, it shows a little bit more color throughout the space as opposed to having a lot of white space. If I go to data label settings, I want to do this show total label, make that bold for me all the way to the top. So now what I can see here is I can say, hey, I did $388,000 and here's where they're coming from in that area. So the real reason why you want to do this as opposed to this way is it becomes easier for your eyes to follow the pattern over time, right? Here it's a little hard to say, well, I see some green coming up and then it went back to low and then came back up. A little hard to see. But if I go to area, now I can kind of follow. I can say, oh, it was actually really big right here. That's when I made a lot of revenue. It got really small right here, big, but it's just a little bit easier. So I will use this, for instance, if I'm pulling in marketing data and I want to say, like we're doing right now, show me impressions by different channel, paid search, social, organic, whatever, over time. Then I'm measuring the thickness of how a line increases or not. And that's why we would use an area chart. Pretty straightforward. There are all these other versions in here, but that's what an area chart is.